afternoon, City Council members. I am Terrica Redfield Ganzy, and I am the Executive Director of the Southern Center for Human Rights.
I am the Public Policy Director at the Southern Center for Human Rights.
I am Movement Policy Counsel at the Southern Center for Human Rights.
SCHR has been monitoring committee meetings and are gravely concerned about disinformation and dishonest critique being wielded against Policing Alternatives and Diversion initiative. We first noticed this conduct 2 years ago when PAD came before you and explained how the jail lease, which has now resulted in 2 deaths in ACDC alone, would negatively impact their participants. We remember the term RFP being thrown around as a threat to PAD, and now that you have made good on your threats, and PAD was the sole agency to apply to provide alternative responders through 311 and 911, a few of you are balking at executing their contract. Their fervent advocacy for people in need of their services should not be met with immoral threats and unethical maneuvering.
As the leader of this nearly 50-year-old human rights organization, I am alarmed that this council and the city may not be fully supportive of the Policing Alternatives and Diversion initiative, an organization that is having significant impact on our communities. I implore you to fully fund PAD as a testament to your commitment to innovative solutions to the city's problems. As the tragic killing of Deacon Johnny Holloman during a minor traffic accident lays bare, the Atlanta Police Department has a dangerous use of force problem.
Cities across the country are making substantive, meaningful investments in non-law enforcement responses to community needs and to crisis, while some of you attempt to work back channels to disparage and cast aspersions to delay and effectively defund Atlanta's own acclaimed model of diversion.
The mission of PAD is to illuminate the reality that community safety is not a function of people with guns and badges. It is a function of providing resources to those most in need of them without the requirement that they be caged and cuffed.
Through more than 100 engaged residents in our town halls and cross-town conversation, a resounding message emerged. Our community seeks alternatives to traditional policing. PAD embodies this collective desire for safer, more equitable solutions.
Month-to-month funding on the basis of manufactured concerns and coordinated disinformation strategies undermines PAD, its employees, its participants, and all people committed to community-led public safety in Atlanta. El Haj Malik Al-Shabazz, formerly known as Malcolm X, said, "If we are not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people being oppressed and loving the people doing the oppressing." A cautionary plea to people who attack the doers and the healers on behalf of bad actors. I suppose it could have also been a flag to those who designed disinformation to further harm the oppressed. It was notice. It was, we see you.
Since your approval of the bed lease proposal, at least 15 people have died since that action by this body. And despite how pristine the conditions of that building were, the pristine conditions that were supposed to save lives, 2 of those persons died in Atlanta City Detention Center. A third died 2 days ago. He was a 62-year-old man being housed in Cobb County after having been arrested by APD. The cause of his encounter in Atlanta Police Department, the reason that led to his arrest, was a criminal trespass, a divertible charge. Your plan did not work, and people have died as a result.
For those of us who believe that there is no higher calling than to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly, it is disorienting to witness some of you running around touting the virtues of justice while on presidential campaign trails, even as you wage brutal attacks on the least of these. To call on the name of justice for self-edification is the betrayal of your people. It is never too late to turn away from that and fully fund PAD. Thank you.